Good morning and good evening, Duterte power. Always a supporter of President Duterte and do the right thing. Love you, Tata Duterte. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Doesn't matter whatever you kiss or not kiss. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with it, and we love it, and that's you. It's not that you just sign up as a president and people is calling everything abusing power and all kind of stuff. I already mentioned that this about in my other video. But I still want to comment about people who's trying to making something stupid, idiotic kind of things. One, I want to explain what everybody should know it. Our president, Duterte, didn't sign to be a public figure. He didn't sign to be a model or anything, or you have to be look up to. You know, he's one of the people, and he used to be a mayor. He's doing a job, and that's what he signed for, a job, and he's doing that job. So whatever he does and whatever he wants to make a joke, he's still a human like everybody else, and all of us we are. So what? Just because he's a president, he's abusing of power, he's abusing of everything else what he stands for. He doesn't stand for as a president only. He stands as a human and anybody and his own people. He has his own character. He has his own way of doing things. And when it comes to work, it's completely different. Plus, when you go and visit the OFWs in Korea, in South Korea. So what's the problem with having fun? So a president cannot have fun in anywhere. And the president had to be really stuck up their ass, like, to be careful what they're saying. Our president is not like that. Come on. You guys know, all of us will know, our president is not like that. That's why he makes you one of the best presidents around the world. Because he's completely different. Nobody's perfect. We can do something stupid, silly. We have to do something stupid, silly in joke. Because it's sometimes pressure with work is not easy to handle. And especially for him as a president. But put in your mind, he signed up to do a job. He has a title of a president, the same as somebody has a title of management, and you have some responsibilities and all kind of stuff. As a president, he has responsibilities to his country people and a job he has to provide, and he's doing it. Okay? Now, being a public figure and being abusing of power, that's ridiculous. Okay? See it as he's a man, he's a human. He wants to show the people he's one of us. He wants to, be open to all of us. And if he was other presidents, do you think anybody from the public will be close to him? Do you think anybody will come to, the stage to give him a hug or anything like that? Of course not. Do you ever see any presidents around the world doing something like that? Let their own people come and hug him. Let their own people shake his hands. And he goes through the crowd. Yes, he has some bodyguards and some people over there and some senators. But do you see the way our president is? When people calls him, he's so proud of it. He's so proud of our people calling him and want to hug him, he want to touch him, even whatever, he wants to kiss him. This is the happiness of things of people. And this is what our president loves and cares for. And, to people to show him how supportive we are and how we love him and how we care about him. And what job he's, doing to our country. And he's so amazing. So that's most of it. I already done all this kind of stuff. But I just wanted to clarify it. Please, people. And then calling him a lot of stupid, idiotic things. What you got perverts and all kind of stuff. Come on. This is going out of line, really. This is going out of place already. And keep going on talking about it. Like he was something out of this world. I really don't get it. For me, it's a wonderful thing. I love our president the way he is. I love the way, the character. I love his strength. The balls he has to stand up to anything, to anyone. And the passion he has for all of us back home in the Philippines to show our people and all kind of stuff. Even sometimes some people, they think, oh, Duterte this, Duterte, because you are brainwashed from some other senators. Some other senators, they are stuck up their asses. They want to make just problem to our president instead of you know join up one senators as one, not just pulling here, pulling there, give opinions, and then with all the people around it, we can make it a better place, giving opinions and talking about it, but not going against presidents, not going against whatever. So a solution to be solved is talking about it, not just throwing comments here, open their mouth and saying bad things. That's how people are, that's humans are like that. Everybody sees different views, everybody sees different ways, and everybody has different understandings. But come on, please, let's, that is enough. And the news, they love this. They love this. Why? Because it gives them something to do, it gives them something to talk about, and they keep going on and on for days. So, wow. That's the story of the year, that's the story of the month, that's the story of whatever they want to call it. And that is going to ramble for so long. So, because they have got nothing else to do. Except talking about that. It's so big, it's amazing. But also I wanted to comment was, I understand what Mocha Johnson tried to say. I do understand that. I don't think Mocha tried to hurt the daughter of Aquino. Her name is Kris Aquino. I don't think Mocha done that in a bad way, in a purpose way. If everybody tried to understand what Mocha's trying to say and all kind of stuff, it's just highlighted one thing to another, which at the time not so many people talk about it and say so much about it. When he was President Aquino, he was kissed by a lady, and I don't know if he was in a plane or something, but not many people made a big deal out of it, because at those times, if a lot of people make big deals out of it, and then that will be a different story. Do you understand? Not even too much news talk about it, not even too much people talk about it, because they had to keep it low. At those times, they could shut it down, what the news places completely, or there could be somebody killed very easily for being all the time continuously opening their mouth about Aquino kissing, or the girl kiss Aquino. But it doesn't matter. I don't see what's the problem of it. They're still a human. Even if if they're a president, we just put it in mind. They signed up to do a job, and as long as they do that job, and they're doing it correctly, and they're doing it right, and it's not hurting anyone, I don't see why all the public start opening their mouth and saying bad things about our President Duterte. So that's one thing like that. But continuously with this kind of Mocha thing, to the Kris Aquino daughter, I try to understand between the two of you, please, the two guys, the two of you, they are grown-ups, the two of you have money, the two of you, are hired in the world, which is great, more than our people in the Philippines and our poor people. But what I do understand from Mocha, what she's trying to do and what Mocha's trying to say is, this happened to Aquino before, but nobody made such big deal out of it at those kind of times. And then what was the difference between that time and right now of someone kissing our President Duterte, and why now a lot of people is calling and reacting so bad and protesting and saying stupid things against our president? So on the bad way, it was not intentionally, it was just to highlight it of the same situation happened a few years ago, and it was not a big deal. And now it's such a big deal. What's the reason for? Is because our President Duterte made and let people be their own way of make their own speech. You are free to say what you want to say, and nothing will happen to you. Okay? And this is it. You have a freedom of speech, and you can say most of whatever you like, bad or good. We're not gonna hurt anyone because of that. It's the same as when he says you can do your protesting as long as you do peacefully, nothing's gonna happen bad. So this is it. So now everyone and all the news All the corruption is gone, so all the people can talk freely through our President Duterte, and our country is going up in just 2 years. Just he's going into presidential, and is one of the amazing things. So I really don't see what's the problem and keep going on about it, and people commenting about our president bad because he's a public figure. Put in the mind our president is just a person, a human, and he likes to, his character is completely different than somebody else and some other senators and things like that. He likes to be close to everybody. He likes to be close to all his Filipino people and be one of you. That's what he's doing. He's trying to show you, I'm one of you. I'm not better than you just because I have money. I'm not better than you because I am a president. Do you see any luxury things like planes and boats and yachts and all this kind of cars and everything like presidents used to have? Do you see the president doing that? Our president doing that? He never wanted anything like that. So please, come on, let's cut this, move on, forget about that, and just let it go. So, I mean, I also don't see what Mocha is saying is a bad thing, and I don't like the confliction of between Mocha and Kris Aquino's daughter talking about that and everything. I saw the Kris Aquino's daughter, showing what Mocha was saying. This is nothing personal and it's nothing to do with you and all that kind of stuff. But I also don't know if Kris Aquino wants to show her big TV to everyone and to the public, and she lives in a beautiful house. So if your mother also teach you, to be a better person and to be like this, like that, and you're saying to Mocha, Mocha, you win. It's nothing to do about winning or not winning. It's all this about all politics and people going against each other and people misunderstanding each other. Because I wonder, when yourself, Kris Aquino, saw it, that happened to our president, I would love to know and to see what is your mind and what come out of your mouth when you saw President Duterte doing that. I'm sure you said probably some bad things around those kind of times and all kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't think you like also our president Duterte, but comparing Duterte to your father is two different people, two different things, two different times, and I really don't see what's the big deal. So whatever between the two of you, Mocha and Kris Aquino, the daughters of Aquino, the President Aquino, just please, come on, you guys are grown-ups. Both of you have quality of money. Both of you are on the high position. You go into TVs. We have to be more civilized in the sense and show to people, come on, this is childish. This is like kids' playground. And this is what makes news. And people like talking about it, whatever. Famous people or people who has money or people who's in show business or, people who's on this kind of places to blah, blah, blah about each other. And then voices go back and forward, back and forward. So if between the two of you, instead of doing videos, and because this is media, isn't it? And all this is about money and all this is publicity and Facebooks and all this kind of stuff. So if the two of you have a problem with each other, and I advise to everyone, you know what? It's easy for you guys to get their phone number and call them. Let's have a meeting, the two of us. Let's discuss what is what over here and face to face, instead of doing this kind of argument through Facebooks and commentaries and all that kind of stuff. So Mocha is a huge person. You're, famous. You are one of the famous. I respect all of you. And your father, if they kiss him, so what? I mean, what's the problem? No problem, even if because he's a president. Our president, somebody, he asked someone to make it fun, to make it everybody laugh, everybody's jumping. And everybody wants to be in that kind of place. Why not? What's wrong with it? So please, I mean, can we stop this, all the news, all this kind of bullshit going on about it and keep going? So, for a little while it's okay, but keep repeating it after people getting fed up with it. So it's better to cut it off. Make peace, which is really good. Call Mocha or yourself, or Mocha, please call, Kris Aquino. Yes, if we do something, if we pass off the line, and if we done something wrong, it's time to step up and say, hands up, I do apologize. Maybe I done it wrong, but it's not my intention. I just wanted to compare it, when it was like this and when it was like that. So not many people made a big deal, but now because he's President Duterte done the same, it's a big deal. And I say, why not? You see, if President Aquino done that, and then our president done that, sometimes it has connections with it, and probably our President Duterte loved and, care about the president we used to have, President Aquino. So why not? So for me, I mean, guys, we are grown-ups. You guys are big, famous people, figure for an example for everyone in the world, and especially our in the Philippines. Please stop this argument. Both of you, meet up, talk about it, apologize if you guys have to, but let's stop this kind of confliction and stuff like that. I love our country and I love our people in the Philippines, and he's just amazing, and I love our president 100%. And for me, he's one of the best presidents ever. I don't want to beef in any other president, but in 2 years, what our President Duterte done is nobody can ever beat it in 40 or 50 years what any other president was standing on that kind of position. So for me, let's move on, please. You guys are grown up, so please do the grown up thing and do the right thing. For now, Duterte power. Always let's support our President Duterte, and please, let's stop this kind of fighting. God bless, have peace, and long life, and mabuhay.